Hello there. Welcome. This is a quick, fairly unscripted video, so bear with me if I do wander off topic. And it's about humanity. I've done a few videos recently where I've shown like the worst fates in Star Trek, or like the worst weapons, things like that. But I want to talk about something at its best. And in this one it is humanity, and it's a microcosm. There is an episode of Deep Space Nine which chronicles the events of a small segment prior to the Dominion War, nor the battle to the strong. In this episode, which I should herald as one of the best episodes of Star Trek ever put to screen, we see essentially three faces of humanity at their worst, at their lowest, and perhaps at their most human. And we're going to quickly review these three states and show why this episode is so damn good at showing humanity in a true light. The first we're going to look at is Chief Burke. Possibly a Starfleet Marine. I've done videos on this before. It seems likely he's a military serving officer. This man is found injured and alone by Jake Sisko. He's frightened, but he's angry. He wants to kill the Klingons. He wants to die with a phaser in his hands. This man is clearly suffering from PTSD or shell shock, whatever you want to call it. Battle with the Klingons is never easy. Now, this guy has come out on top. We can only imagine the horrors that he's seen. He's the last one standing. His platoon would not have left him behind unless they were all dead. So he's the last survivor, most likely. Based on his injuries, he's gone up hand to hand with Klingons as well as at range. Not the most pleasant either engagement with a Klingon. He's dying and he knows it. And again, he wants to die with his phaser in his hand while he basically calls Jake a coward and tells him he should fight. This is one face of humanity, the face of humanity that has seen pain, that has seen destruction, that has seen war, and unfortunately doesn't come out of it on the other side. The next face of humanity we see is that of Jake. Maybe the truest form of humanity at this time. The coward. I'm sorry, that's just a description, not necessarily a sentiment. Jake wants to live. He wants to run. He's not a fighter. He's not a diplomat. You can't negotiate with a Klingon, and the Klingons don't tend to differentiate in the midst of battle between combatant and non-combatant. They will kill him just as quick as they would kill anybody else on the battlefield because he's there, he's a target. He knows this. He runs from phaser fire, he hides, he tries to help Burke, to his credit. And we see here, although Jake is, for lack of a better word, being a coward in this situation, we have to understand that most of us would do the exact same thing. We'd run, but when a man is in need, when he finds a person injured and alone, he stays with him until he passes. He tries to help him. He tries to go and get help. It's all to nothing, but he tries, and he gets past. He rises above it, which is what we all hope will do when the situation comes. Maybe he doesn't pick up a phaser and start shooting at the Klingons, but he tries. In that instant, he tries. Towards the end of the episode, he will pick up a weapon and he will defend himself and others, but more to defend the others than himself. Jake tries to survive himself by running, not by fighting. In battle, you have three options: fight, hide, or run. Jake tried all three. The last face of humanity we see is that of the doctors, and we'll use Dr. Bashir and all the others at the triage center in which they're all sort of camped out in. They use humor to deflect the horrible situation that they're in, but yet they don't run. They're doctors, so they don't fight. They're there to treat the wounded. They'll even treat the Klingons. They are healers, and they are trying to cure the disease that is war in this instance. This face of humanity shows humanity perhaps at its most magnanimous, sacrificing themselves if they have to, but only really there to heal the sick and the dying, and to do as best they can with what resources they have, knowing that some are going to die and there's pretty much nothing they can do about it. Is laughing and joking the only way to get through it? No. Is it what most humans would do under the same situation? Yes. here we see the side of humanity I think that best reflects the humans of the 24th century. They're not fighters, they're not cowards. They're there to try to fix things. And I don't know, what does everyone else think? This episode to me does represent a good microcosm of showing humanity at its various different faces. The warrior, the coward, and the healer. At least the three best faces of humanity I think are portrayed in this episode. But what does everyone think? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and please hit the bell notification icon if you enjoyed this episode or anything else on my channel. If you've been watching, if you want to keep up to date with any future videos, because the bell icon is the real subscribe button, and that's the only way you're going to see all the new uploads. With that said, if you made it all within this video, I hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye. I'd just like to say a thank you to everyone for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy making these. If you did enjoy it, please consider giving a like, share, and a subscribe, and maybe checking out the other videos on the screen right now, and in the description box below there are links to my other social media accounts.